What's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and to my second video. In this video I'm going to talk about the reality of the universe. Before that, make sure you subscribe, like and comment to my channel. Many of us, including myself, were taught the concept of Big Bang in a simple way. It referred to a point in the universe which has infinitely high density. At one point of time, it exploded. Boom! That's a cool idea, right? Actually, it didn't happen the way it is described. Nobody knows before or at the time of the Big Bang. Even the general theory of relativity fails at t=0. When you talk about the Big Bang, we must be extra careful here. It mustn't be confused with the concept of the moment of creation. Rather, Big Bang was the expansion of the space. We know from the cosmic microwave background, otherwise called the CMB, which is the remnant of the early universe, an electromagnetic radiation which is emitted by the universe when it was young. Initially, the condition of the universe was so hot that none of the laws that we know today can be applied. After that, universe have been cooling off just to reach the CMB temperature 2.7 Kelvin or negative 270.4 degrees Celsius at present. Physicist 𝐚𝐭𝐬 of City College of New York explains that the string theory suggests instead of one universe, there are a sea of universe called the multiverse. When two or more universes collide, it gives the big universe, or when big universe fissions out, it gives two or more daughter universe. Perhaps there is the exact definition of Big Bang that the mathematics of the string theory suggests. The concept of expanding universe was born itself from the time of Einstein. When he came up with the gravitational field equation, the equation itself suggested that the space should expand. To that, he was rather skeptical about that and added unnecessary cosmological constant to balance it. English astronomer Edward Hubble discovered the extragalactic nature and expanding of the universe. At that time, nothing much than our own Milky Way galaxy was known. At that time, even though the concept of the expanding universe was known, it was thought to be decelerating. Edward Hubble later in his Hubble's law showed that the speed of the receding galaxy is directly proportional to the distance from the Earth, which means that the further the galaxy from the Earth, it is moving away with the speed which is much greater than the galaxies which is nearer to the Earth. It was evident from the evidence that all galaxies appears to be redshifted, which means they are moving far away. If the galaxies are moving towards the Earth, rather it should be blue shifted according to Doppler's effect. But fortunately or unfortunately, it was learned that the expansion of the universe was accelerating rather than it was supposed to decelerate. Therefore, with reference to the Hubble's law, it is obvious that some boundary of the universe is receding away from Earth greater than the speed of light. Therefore, the concept of observable universe was born. It is quite such an abstract thing to talk about the entire universe because it is impossible to map. The distance between the Sun and the Earth is about 150 million kilometers, which is one astronomical unit apart. As the speed of the light being finite, which is 300 million meters per second, it takes 8 minutes for the light to reach Earth from the Sun, which is indeed the distance between the Sun and the Earth is 8 light minutes away. In case if the Sun disappears suddenly, we would know only after 8 minutes because the last photon emitted by the Sun would take 8 minutes to reach to Earth. Moreover, the Earth will begin heading to its orbital tangent at that instant because the gravitational wave also is travel at the speed of light would take 8 minutes to feel its effect. The gravitational force is always attractive in nature. It is supposed to slow down the expansion, but instead of it slowing down, the expansion of universe is rather accelerating. But the question is, why it is expanding? Any anti-gravity? If you have thought like this, it is correct. It is called dark energy and matter. But the fact is, nobody knows what those are. because we can detect them. As name suggests, dark means dark, but its influence is so intense that it overcomes the gravity. It causes to disappear tens of thousands of stars per second out of our reach. When peered through the deep Hubble field, the space appears to be dark, but it is not dark as we thought in reality. It is indeed the dark matter. So dark is not entirely dark but appears to be dark. Nobody actually knows the real shape of the universe, whether it is flat or it is closed. But this is very important to answer the question how universe will end. Therefore, nobody actually knows how will it end. But there are several possibilities and hypotheses explaining how the universe will end. At first, if the space is flat and infinite, it is believed that the dark energy will continue overruling and the space will continue to expand infinitely. If the space is closed, which is finite, it is believed that the gravitational force will once again overrule the dark matter and it will attract the particles together, thus reversing the expansion and will end in Big Crunch. What will happen? We are not sure of. Perhaps the universe will show